Southern Championship Wrestling Breakdown. SCW announcer, Jam.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everything in between, I am Jam, and this is my guest who will be main eventing alongside Fox 2 News' Rob Wolchek and Brandon Hudson on June 14th for SCW Christmas in June. Jon'tae Kieth. How you doing, Jon'tae?
What's the deal, my boy? You know how Ric Flair used to be like, Mean Jam. I need something like that for you. I'm like, Slam Jam. Something like that. Slam Jam. My boy.
That's got a nice ring to it.
What's the deal?
Yeah, so, let's start off by just asking your perspective on Jon'tae Kieth. To you, in your own words, who is Jon'tae Kieth?
I am a rebel. Like, I mean, if you... That's just being honest. But, like, if you follow my... Like, how I've been... Literally been in this wrestling game for, like, 16 years. You'll know that I beat to my own drum, for real.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I never was the one to be out here trying to conform and trying to, you know, make people, like, give them, like, try to make them feel stupid. I want them to actually understand, like, yo, you're dealing with a real person. You know what I'm saying? When you talk to me, what you see is what you get. You know what I mean? Because how I am, you know, right now is how I'm going to be out there. It's how I'm going to be everywhere. It's just like I always was, I thought for myself. And if nobody can really, like, change my mind, like, never. You know what I mean? That's probably why I'm in this position now where I'm, like, how I am right now in life is, you know, because of how I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I've been. And I've never been the type to be out here trying to change for anybody else unless it's for myself. You know what I mean? Especially if it's going to bring, like, benefits to myself.
Yeah, that's a good mindset to have. And I think that on top of the hard work is a big reason why you lasted so long in these 16 years. You're only 35 right now, and in that time you've collected a whole lot of what's
time out. What? I'm what?
You're 35 years old.
35?
Are you?
When the hell did I be 35?
I mean, according to my sources.
Who's your sources, bro?
CageMatch.net.
Cage Match? See, this is why. Okay, and I'm gonna look right here because, you know, whatever. This is why the dirt sheets. These people, stop listening to them. Don't listen to them because I am not 35 years old. I'm 30. I just turned 30. Last year, 1990. You see my ID? Because y'all don't believe me. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Let me show you my goddamn. Since we got to sit here and ask for... Look at that, bruh. What that say?
30 years old. I can confirm Jon'tae Kieth is 30 years old.
Tell them.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everyone else in the middle, Jon'tae Kieth is 30 years old.
I am 30.
I can confirm that
Cage
now.
Match, you suck. Kiss my ass.
Definitely don't listen to the dirt
The hell?
And I need to get better sources, apparently. But more than anything, the point still stands. At 30 years old, in 16 years, you've collected a lot of hard work and you've taken your lumps, but it's gotten you here in SCW.
Mm-hmm.
So what's brought you to SCW on that point?
I mean, it's kind of like what you just said, to be honest with you. Like, I'm a journeyman. Like, me and like, my whole crew, really. You know, in this game, it's like, it's such a grind. You know what I'm saying? It's probably the... Excuse me, I'm sorry. It's probably the craziest grind I've ever been on, but it's the only grind I really, like, I feel like I've been on. Because I've been doing this since I was, like, 15. This was, like, a way for me to, like, stay out of trouble and stuff like that. So, all my experiences, I guess, really just brought me here to SCW. Because there's a lot of young talent here. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of guys that, like, came up. Honestly, let's just be real. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of... Since I've been wrestling, it's a lot of folks that look like us. You know what I'm saying? That's involved more in wrestling. When I was doing it, like, around 2010, when I first started, like, from where I'm from, nobody was talking about no wrestling, bro. Like, you're not about to be out here being a wrestler. You're going to be a rapper, a ball player, or you're going to, you know, 9 times out of 10, you're going to do the safe route. You're going to go that way. I was like the only dude from my block for real that just said, "Nah, I'm gonna do something completely different." And yeah, I guess all that culminates into me being in SCW because I'm like, yo, you never really know with me. Like I'm one of those guys where it's just like I'm gonna make my own way. Period. And I'm gonna see where I'm gonna take these lumps and I'm gonna just see where it takes me.
Okay. You said something that like really stood out to me too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you said a few things. You said a few things that really stood out to me. Among them being that you started wrestling at 15 years old to kind of get yourself out of trouble.
Yeah.
And like you said, people who look like us, they usually turn to rap or basketball. What was it about wrestling that made you say, I want to try this as my outlet?
Because it was different. Nobody said that they even liked wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Because once wrestling wasn't popular no more, it's not popular. It's not being talked about. So it's kind of like one of those things that, especially in our generation, you know what I'm saying? Well, how old are you?
28.
28. Oh, so yeah, we damn the same generation. You know what I'm saying? So for millennials, you know, I know when I was going to school, you know, you would get cooked for certain things that you like. You would get flamed if you like, and you know what I'm saying? You would get cooked by the dudes, and you'll get cooked by, most importantly, you get cooked by the girls. You don't want to get cooked by the girls. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll sit here and be like, you like that? Fortunately, I never had that problem because I was always really cool with everybody. But I've seen that go through. People really didn't want to be themselves. It was an attack on being yourself for real. So I guess for me, being a wrestler was more so like, it was like, nah, I'm gonna do what I want to do because I can. And we're not just here. If you would keep your imagination strong, you can go here, 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 and there. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to just be in this little closet stereotypical box they always put us in. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to start wrestling in the first place. And like I said, it kept me out of trouble because I swear, bro, like it was a wrap. Me and school did not get along. And I did not know what I wanted to do with my life. It's just as honest as I can get. I did not know what I wanted to do with my life, but wrestling always had me here. You know what I'm saying? It was always something about wrestling where it's like I can feel that. You know what I'm saying? Because it was the people that really makes you get into like the match even more before the match even start. And that's kind of like where I was with it. I still remember my favorite superstars to this day, to where I'd be like, all right, this is why I wanted to do this because they made me feel some type of way. So if you see me perform and I'm always engaging with the audience, it's because I want them to feel the same thing I felt.
Who were you inspired by growing up? As far as like wrestlers, I mean.
Jeff Hardy. You know what I'm saying?
I can see that.
When I was younger, Jeff Hardy. Because, I mean, he was doing all the craziest shit, for real. But Jeff Hardy, Eddie Guerrero, Shawn Michaels. Mostly like the guys that was like athletic, doing stuff. Flying all across the stuff, not the ring and whatnot. Those are my guys. I like that because I can do that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But on the casual level, The Rock, you know, Stone Cold, and John Cena, and stuff like that. Because, you know, like, those personalities hooked me in and whatnot. So it's a plethora of guys, for real. But those kind of, like, they stood out to me more so. They had, like, the biggest impact on me, for sure.
And I see a lot of that influence of a lot of the wrestlers you mentioned, especially Jeff Hardy. Like, he has that same sort of, that devil may care attitude, that Daredevil attitude that you displayed in the ring. And I want to talk more about that a little later. But you said something that really stood out to me, too, as far as just being so real, being so honest. And you mentioned how what you see is what you get a little bit earlier. So I want to ask, what inspired you to kind of adopt that at such an early age, to not care what anybody says, not care what anybody makes fun of you for, to just naturally be yourself? That's a tough thing to do, especially as a kid.
Damn, that's pretty deep. I never really... What, you mean like in life or like in wrestling? Like,
Let's say both.
Say both?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well in life, I'll say about what? 4th grade is when I kind of like changed my mentality. And this is weird though because I actually got held back a grade before. I got held back in the 4th grade, and that kind of like blew my confidence. You know, it kind of blew me, and I was like, man. And it was just like, all right, now what? So when my mama switched me to a different school, I had to repeat that that grade, that kind of like was like, you know what, I don't care what people think about me because it is what it is. Like, I can't be the only person that probably even felt the grade. So it kind of started there. And as I, started gradually getting older and stuff like that, like, I just was like, I didn't care about what people thought about me and whatnot because people gonna always they're gonna always talk about you anyway. And that kind of was instilled into me by like my grandma, you know what I mean? And I was dealing with different stuff personally, and I was like, I kind of made my mind up for myself. Nobody actually did it for me. I just was like, all right, nah, because I was doing certain things, I was around certain people, and I was like, okay, nah, I know if I go that route, then it's gonna be all bad. So. And I don't care how y'all gonna talk about me if I don't go that route. I'm still cool. I'm centered enough with who I am already. I want to try this wrestling thing out. And now you see what we doing.
That's right. And how did you kickstart that journey as far as just training to be a wrestler? Where did that begin? Who trained you?
Bruh, I came in this business so weird. I found this on Facebook.
Really?
I swear on everything I love, I found wrestling on Facebook because back then my old my best friend, he's my cousin, he's all types of stuff. But yeah, he's my best friend. I was looking, I was like, bro, how? Because at that time we both wanted to be wrestlers. We was supposed to be like the tag team. We was supposed to go WWE, all types of stuff, bro. Like it was supposed to happen. So we ended up going to this little fed, and it was some yard stuff. It was super yard. Like, this is why I said I came in wrong. But we found this little fed, and I didn't care. I just wanted to get into the ring. That's it. I didn't care how to get into a ring. I just wanted to get in a ring. And ironically, the Cole family, you know what I'm saying? They found out that I was wrestling and stuff like that, and they was like, no, we gotta get you in the right way type stuff. And by them being my uncles and whatnot, they smartened me up to the game. They smartened me up to, it's like, this is how you got to do it this way, walk the bam, which is why I got to beat Chuck's ass on the 14th, because all that's crazy how we go through all this and he on the team with Father Marquis. But that's another story, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I got into the business like that, and they smartened me up, and then really just, yeah, like I started off yarding though. That's really all I can say. Because I know everybody got like that typical, well, I did this and I found somebody else and I paid $2,000 and I did this, that, and the third, who out the mouth. I ain't do all that. That's probably why Michigan looks at me the way they look at me now. They be like, who is this nigga? But one thing is for sure, that you can't deny it. I haven't had good matches, and I had like, people really like me. And I don't mean like the industry. I mean like people, fans, you know what I'm saying? Like they genuinely can connect with me, and that's one of the things where I think like keeps bringing me back in the business. That's what kept me in the business. The people did, really. I can sit here and be like, yeah, I can do all the shows I want to do, but like if people not really like asking for you in a way, then you don't really mean anything. So yeah, sorry about the tangent.
No, by all means, this is a space to have certain tangents like that. And you said a lot of interesting things, especially about just that yard mentality. I think a lot of that kind of, what's the phrase, grass-fed or grassroots type of mentality comes from backyarding. A lot of the best wrestlers, not to downplay backyard wrestling, but a lot of the best wrestlers come from backyard wrestling, including Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, facts. You know what I'm saying? CM Punk, Jeff, a few people. But once you smarten yourself up and you realize, like, what the hell am I doing? But even then, like, think about it. Now, imagine you got, like, a bunch of guys that understand how entertainment works, but they don't have, like, they're not really polished and stuff like that. They get it a little bit because they're drawing somebody. They're drawing, like, a little, like, if they understood how it actually worked, bro, like, come on now. Because they got it a little bit, it's just the mechanics and shit is off. You know what I'm saying? It's just, that's what was wrong with us. We was drawing like people, bro. I remember being in the hood one time, and we had like little BS shows and whatnot, and the ice cream man would be stopping in the middle of the hood, be like, "What is going on over here?" Just random people, you know what I'm saying? Like if you can do stuff like that, if you can get their attention like that, bro, you on to something. You got to build on that. You know what I'm saying? And I swear, bro, like you got to constantly like focus on the strengths instead of like always looking at the weaknesses or something. You You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, for real, for real.
And I think you've been building to that type of fan base that you're talking about, as far as like getting to the people, have the people gravitate towards you.
Yep.
And a lot of it comes from just the natural talent, the natural skill that you have,
Mm-hmm.
but it also speaks to just how exciting you are to watch in the ring. Like,
No, I appreciate that.
I remember the first time I saw you, it was at Wintermania 2 when you did that crazy dive. I was, 15, 20 feet in the air?
Yeah.
What was going through your head when you just dove off like that?
Another day at the office. And I'm not saying that because I'm tough. I am tough, but I'm a realist too, though. Like, yeah, I mean, I jumped off of that, but I was like, yo, come on, man. Like, I've been kind of insane. You got to be insane to be a wrestler, bro. Like, some ain't clicking with you somewhere to be doing this long. So it's just like, and I'm a performer, bro. I am a real life performer. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I go out there, like, the difference between, this probably goes back to what you asked me earlier when you said who is Jon'tae Kieth, but the difference between me and a lot of the locker rooms, not even just here, you know what I'm saying, is that I'm engaged. I'm really engaged with the people. I read the room. I understand how and where I am in that ring and in front of people. Because I can only, it's just like if you a comedian, bro. If you a comedian, what's the main thing that makes a comedian funny? His natural ability. Not some shit that he done said some, oh, okay, so yeah, that one chicken, right? No, that you know it's not about to be funny. He goes where the mic goes. I go where the people go. You know what I'm saying? And that's a lost art in the game right now. For real, for real.
Okay, yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. I never thought of it like that. So I never connected those dots before, but I like how you connected those dots there. But speaking of connecting dots, going back to Wintermania, I kind of want to talk about that a little more, because you came very close to becoming the Internet Championship, or becoming the Internet Champion.
I become a whole ass belt. Let's go.
But call it wrong place, wrong time for you.
Mm-hmm.
Father Marquis was there with a low blow, no less. So,
Bruh.
Is the Internet Championship still on your mind? Like, certainly Father Marquis is still on your mind. You're still gravitating towards the congregation. So,
Mm-hmm.
do you still have ambitions for the Internet Championship?
I have ambitions to beat his ass. I think that's probably what I'm more so focused on. Because, let's be honest, man. Like, championships is cool. Absolutely. I'm here to be, like, the man. You know what I'm saying? If we really being honest, like, I'm here to be the man. Like, I want to be the superior, you know, of all this. So, eventually, when I'm done with Father Marquis, I got my eyes set on other things and whatnot. But for right now, bro, like, Father Marquis is out of control. I'm talking about out of control. Like, bruh, this dude and my uncle is out of control. And I've been going through, at first it was more so like kind of just business. But now they trying to do this. Like, it's getting a little personal now. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Because the more you keep calling me a heathen and saying I'm just this sinner and I'm just, oh my goodness. You know, that's funny too, though, because he claimed he's so godly, right?
Mm.
So godly. But he ain't even no real pastor. That's lie number one. And then he's stealing from these people with that little weak-ass basket he got. That's number two. So he's like leading the people astray. Where's the God in that? How is that godly? To me, that sounds more like a false teacher or a false prophet, or, you know what I'm saying, everything that Jesus wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we really, and I try to keep the religious stuff out of it, but come on, man. You know what I'm saying?
You're definitely not wrong.
Come on, man.
Father Marquis has a lot of
Come on, man.
questionable things on him right now, and not to add fuel to the fire, but you were supposed to, from what I understand, you were supposed to face him for the Internet Championship at SCW Schools Out.
Mm-hmm.
From what my actual sources within the company told me, you were away feeding the homeless, but right after that show, Father Marquis was, for lack of a better phrase, throwing dirt in your name, saying that you couldn't make the show, you couldn't make the match because Renaissance High School would not let you in the building. You had passed the quote-unquote background check.
Background check is crazy. And you notice what you said, feeding the homeless. What was he doing?
He was in Renaissance High School defending his title.
Stealing from people. As I'm literally, you know what I'm saying? Yo, take this. It's all good. It's all good. He's over here like, no, get that to me. Get that to me. Get this to me too. Greedy. That's greed. Hey, don't they talk about greed in the Bible too? Like, what? Everything that bruh, listen, because I can get deep.
We can definitely get deep. But I also want to go a little further talking about Father Marquis a little bit, because you've still got him as a target right now, especially now with this alliance with Chuck Cold. What's a bigger priority for you right now? The Internet Championship or destroying the congregation?
I think morally, to me, is destroying the congregation. Because it's a whole lot of lies being spread out. You know what I'm saying? Like, morally, I won't feel better unless I sit here and I get rid of Father Marquis. Like, yo, like, all that ain't cool. And all the people that believe in his BS, they gotta go too. I'm sorry, bro, because we don't have no type of time for that type of ideology surrounding this company. So if you really feel like this dude is the way to anything in your life, don't talk to me. Please leave me alone, because I don't need that. I got enough stuff going on in my life. I don't need that type of drama with your stupid way of thinking. All right? But that's like on a moral standpoint, because you can't sit here and say that you doing things for God, but you acting like this in the real world, bro. Like, this is insane. If there's blasphemy being, you know, like, put upon right now, he doing it. He the one that's doing it. Cause, bro, like that, there's nothing godly about this guy at all. That's over with, bro. And I'm trying to keep it as nice as possible before the SCW sit here and say like, "Oh, Jon'tae, we gotta fine you a certain amount of money." I'm like, whatever. I'm sick of y'all finding me anyway. So it's like, yeah, man. I'm gonna leave it at that.
It sounds like you're on a mission to save SCW. Can you say that?
Save is, I mean, to me, I can't save. It's not just me. You know what I mean? It takes a team. But this dude ain't playing on the same team as us. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you sitting here saying that you on our team, but you robbing folks? You're taking money for yourself. That ain't helping the team. That's helping you, bruh. So, yeah, you know. Come on, man. This dude is a joke. Like, that's what it boils down to, bro. This dude is a straight joke. Come on, man.
Well, saving SCW, that may be a big claim to make, but it does seem like you're very passionate about protecting SCW, or at least doing what's best for SCW. You feel like the congregation is not what's best for SCW, and you want to do what's best for SCW. And I think that's a good mindset for someone who has ambitions to be the face of SCW, or at the very least is in the running to be the face of SCW. And there's certainly a spot open now that the heavyweight championship is vacant. So is that something else that's on your mind?
I think you said the face of SCW. You think they'll want this face on SCW? It's conscious. All the stuff I done been through and said, and all the. You think they'll want me representing SCW? I don't know. I have no idea.
Well, we can talk about they all they want, but there comes a point when talent is undeniable, especially when you do become, or if you do. Let me not count my chickens before they hatch, but if you do become the SCW heavyweight champion sooner than later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because one thing that you can't deny is response. You can hear the people. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the things too that I take pride in that. Because, like I said, I'm a performer, bro. And when I'm out there, I want people to understand. I want you to feel where I'm coming from. It's a lot of pain when I wrestle. You know what I'm saying? I've been through a lot. So it's one of those things where it's like, I remember it was a point where I was always jumping off of stuff. You thought what I did at Winter Mania was insane. Like, bro, I've been jumping off of everything because of the stuff mentally that I was going through. A lot of people used to sit here and try to cook me and clown me, talking about, oh, he can't work. He's a high spot artist. He woo out the bam. He can't do this. He can't do this, that. But they can never sit here and deny responses. I can't do none of these things, but I get a response. You know what I'm saying? All these things like they claim I can't do. But by the time the match is over, or, excuse me, when everything is all said and done, it's not their match people are talking about. It's not something they did that people are talking about. They talking about, man, Jon'tae did, bro. Like that, you know what I'm saying? And I can feel that too because they be like, yo, like, why you gotta talk about him? I'm here too. It's the competitive juices. I can feel that, but you know, that's what I'm on. You know what I mean? I don't compete against anybody but my damn self. You know what I mean? And I mean that is the most humble way possible because I compete for, you know what I'm saying, to keep my mental straight. To be honest with you, and see where if people can really feel where I'm coming from when I'm out there. Because I know for a fact that when I'm out there wrestling, it's a kid out there that can be like, you know what, one day, you know, white or black, you feel me? Like he can be one of those kids where he doesn't really know exactly what he want to be, or where he want to be, or even how to be it. But if he see one of my matches, he can be like, I'm gonna try that. So I keep that in mind.
Okay. I'm glad that you found wrestling as that sort of outlet for yourself and that you use that outlet, use that platform to inspire others out there. I think that's really commendable, very commendable. And you also speak to, we were talking about how talent is undeniable and you can hear it in the reactions to you. Like Winter Mania was a star-making performance for you, and every show I've been to since then, the reactions to you have just gotten louder and louder, and they were definitely at their loudest at SCW Back to Berkeley when you saved, you and Joe Credit saved Brandon Hudson from Fox 2 News from a lashing in against Chuck Cole and Father Marquis. So tell me, what was it that made you want to run out there and save Brandon Hudson?
Because you got Father Marquis doing his garbage again, and then you got my uncle doing what he do again. So it's like, yeah, all right, come on, man. And then I don't know, maybe it's a little way I'm trying to change my image a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was like, Jon'tae, he's just so much trouble. He just, oh my goodness, Jon'tae, what is he going to say? What is he going to do? Oh my God, Jon'tae, no. So it's kind of way like, let me go ahead and say the news, dude. I'm going to go ahead and say the news, dude, so I can go ahead. Mama, look, I made it. So no, but I did it for, like I said, morals. You don't be going, this dude got to work probably the next day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would you do this? Why are y'all beating up on Brandon? What is wrong with you people? You know what I'm saying? So, like, nah, you know, I'm going to go out there and, yo, leave Brandon alone. And that's why Brandon went and got his boy. You know, so now look, boom, we here now. So, I hope Brandon been, you know, practicing them punching and stuff like that, because I think he got more beef with my uncle than I do. You know what I mean? So we gonna cook though, man. Brandon gonna be out. Listen, Father Marquis and I'm telling you, y'all don't want to see Brandon in Notorious Rob, and you got us training. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be crazy.
It's definitely going to be crazy.
It's gonna be crazy.
Yes, and I want to talk about that match for a second. At Christmas in June, it's going to be a handicap match between you, Rob Wolchek, and Brandon Hudson versus Chuck Cole and Father Marquis. And on paper, since it's 3-on-2, you should have the advantage, but you are also teaming with two people who have not trained to wrestle, from what I understand.
Facts.
So it's almost like the odds are out of your favor. It's 2-on-1 at that point. So what's your mindset going into a match like this?
Man, I'ma just be. Oh well, you know my brother gonna be out there too.
Yes, he will.
So
yes,
it's not really because if they want to get crazy, you know, we can all get crazy. You know, and I know for a fact, just off of who my uncle is, I know he got some up his sleeve. You see at the show, he had a whole ass chain. Why? But whatever. Then you got Father Marquis and you got the congregation. So it's a lot of stuff that go into that. You know what I mean? But I swear, bro, like if I'm ready for whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it looked like from the video too, they just had a video and whatnot. Brandon and them, they look ready. So they like, hold on. You know what I'm saying? Rob looking at the video, he like, what's going on here? Mans is at work. Looking at, you know what I'm saying? It don't get no better than that, bro. He like, oh, y'all put your hands on the wrong. You never even know, bro. The whole Fox 2 can pop up. Because don't nobody like Father Marquis or Chuck. It's only one dude that like Father Marquis. And I was arguing with him early on the internet. And I regret it. He got one fan that's probably going to be there to be there for Father Marquis more than anybody. You know what I'm saying? They the only ones. But everybody else, Nah, man. Everybody else rocking with Spirit Detroit. They rocking with Brandon. They rocking with Rob. You know what I'm saying? It's a handicap match for sure, but not on our end. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we gonna have a whole lot of on our side, because I think y'all know how I perform by now. I'm off energy. You know, with the energy that you give me, it's all good. Trust me. Rob and Bob, I'm about to call him Bob. Rob and Brandon, they're good. You know what I'm saying? They're good, especially when they on this side of the team. Absolutely. And I bet you we win. We in there. For real, for real.
Yeah, we'll definitely see, and I wish you luck on that match.
Thank you, bro.
But I don't want to end this episode without talking about your brother, actually, Joseph Ira Credit. Can you speak a little bit to that relationship, that bond you two share? Because you did recruit him to help you with the congregation not too long ago, and now it's manifested into this. Can you speak about just how close you two are?
Oh, man. Man, this dude. Shout out to Cash, you feel me? Nah, that's my boy. That's his nickname, you know. But when I first got in again, I was so young. He was one of the dudes that kind of took me under his wing in a way, kept me out of trouble. He was the one. My mama was actually the one that told him. He was like, "Listen, don't let nothing happen to my boy." Type stuff. So my mama put all the pressure on this dude already. All right, man, all right, cool. I'll figure something out. And he kept his word. You know what I'm saying? He kept his word all those years. He kept me out of trouble. Every time I was about to do something crazy, he'll be right there. He'll be like, "Jon'tae, chill out." You know what I'm saying? Or, "You doing too much," or "Calm down, bro." But we really started clicking when we got on the road together and started traveling and started doing these shows and locking in and going from town to town. One minute we going to Indiana, then we in Jersey, then from Jersey we in Tennessee, from Tennessee to Canada to Alabama, we all going everywhere. You know what I mean? And I've definitely learned a lot from him. And we learned a lot from each other though, because our philosophies may be different now because I got older, but it's always love. You know what I'm saying? It's always love, and we can always sit down and brainstorm different ideas and chop it up about you know, what we would do in the business that's different, you know, but real life things too though. We don't just always talk about the business. We're married. You know what I'm saying? We have wives. You feel me? So we talk about stuff like that. And yeah, man, like everywhere I go, I feel like, you know, he gonna be there too, and vice versa, you know, because that's just how it is, man. You know what I'm saying? That it's they say in this business that it's hard to find like one friend in here. I'm lucky, Jesus Christ. I'm lucky to, you know, at least have a few that I can say like, yo, those are my true friends in the business. Like for real. In a cutthroat industry like this is, I can say I know who my friends are, and he's definitely at the top.
Okay, I'm glad you two are able to support each other like that. Can you name some other friends that you have in the industry?
Yeah, my boy Lance Starr. He's another one that kind of took me under his wing. Cause I said like I was so young. I was a baby compared to everybody else. So Lance Starr, you know what I'm saying? Definitely one of my best friends. I mentioned Cass. My other homeboy, you know what I'm saying, Blake, little, that's like my little brother, you know what I'm saying. We ain't chopped it in a little minute, but I hope he's doing good. You know what I mean? I hope he's doing good. I hope he's doing this thing. He used to always tell me all the time, he was like, man, like you one of the reasons why I did X, Y, and Z. So, you know, I hold that type of stuff close to me too. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. To be honest with you, on some real shit though. You know, everybody else, I know everybody, and I'm real cool, but I keep my distance. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie. I'm not an industry guy. So why would I have that many friends in the industry?
That makes sense. But you do have a lot of success in the industry, and I can only predict even more success to come. Like I said earlier, I see golden.
Oh, my boy Tony Thunder. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tony.
But yes, I see a lot of success coming your way. You're one of the more talented, most talented talents on the SCW roster.
Thank you, man.
I wish you luck on June 14th in Royal Oak, and I just want to ask, are there any last words you want to give to the people out there, since you want to be so close to the people, the SCW fan base?
Man, honestly, you know, all the people that's been like supporting me since I was 15. I'm 30 now. You know what I'm saying? So shit, if you've been rocking with me since I was a teenager, you know, I appreciate that. And I'm going to just continue to be myself all the time. Like, if y'all expect me to change, don't shit, y'all going to be looking at me like, oh, we might as well go somewhere else. Because I'm not. You know, I'm not at all. The only thing that's probably going to change about me is my mind, my mindset. And I feel like that's the most important thing that should change. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I appreciate everybody that's been on this journey with me. And it's been a long journey. And I'm going to continue to walk this journey that God got me walking on. And we gonna figure this out together, though. Real sh.
That was Jon'tae Kieth, and this was SCW Breakdown.
We out.